Episode 2.
Welcome to the STRIVECast. Yes, it is Season 8, Episode 2. So, woo! Can you believe it? And we have our host, Jeff. So,
Noah Thompson.
You're Noel? Well, you did, Jeff?
I'm Jeff.
You're Jeff, the other host. I'm Ryan, the sound and video engineer, also one of the assistants now. So, let's go on with what we're talking about now. So we're gonna be talking about in this episode today. If I were on things, so more to come as we get back after, and also we got some amazing events like the Strive auction, fundraising, and all that.
Yes, Ryan, I know that, dude.
Yes. Anything else you guys would like to talk about, Noel and Jeff, before we get right back?
Yes, Ryan.
Yes. What do you have to say to our audience?
I say that I think we're doing great, and I think we're doing actually going great, Ryan.
That's good to hear.
On your side, Ryan.
All right, and we will be
Right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Your ad is right here.
And that ad is Joe's Sandwiches.
Yep, Joe's Sandwiches.
Can you tell about one of Joe's sandwiches you've had recently?
Turkey, ham, tomato, mushroom, and peppers.
Yum. And your ad can be here just like Joe's Sandwiches. And you can call us at 207-774-6278 or email us strivecast@pslstrive.org. We are still running the ad promo, and I think we're still doing like $10 an episode, but you can reach out and we'll work a deal with you. So, definitely. You can be here, get your business out there, help support Strive. Anything else we'd like to say to our listeners and viewers before we get back?
Not really.
I will say it, Ryan.
Yeah, we'll be.
We'll be right back.
Alright, and we're back. And I'm going to ask Jeff and Noel if you were this and that for. So I'm going to start with asking Jeff and Noel this. If you were an animal, you'd be
A cat.
And why is that, Jeff?
I think because I like their fur.
Oh, you want to be nice and furry.
Yeah.
What about you, Noel? If you were an animal, you'd be
A bison.
a bison. And why is that, Noel?
Because they're so energy and they like to run.
Nice. On to the next. If you were a president for a day, you'd be
Eisenhower.
And why would you like to be Eisenhower there, Noel?
To know what he used to do of being the president.
Nice. What about you, Jeff? If you were a president for a day, what would you be?
I'll be Abraham Lincoln.
Nice. And why is that, Jeff?
Because you can make a lot of money.
If you could invent a holiday, it would be
A holiday. I think any kind of holiday, Ryan.
But what would that holiday be? If there's anything in the world you can invent a holiday for, what would that be?
Ballroom dancing.
And why would you want ballroom dancing as a holiday?
Actually, I think it's kind of because it's fun actually to get down with yourself.
And Noel, if you could invent a holiday, it would be
A holiday.
if for anything.
I would be a po- the next Noble Columbus Day holiday.
Nice. Why is that, Noel?
I love Columbus.
Oh, nice.
Christopher Thompson Columbus.
Oh. And if you were the executive director of Strive for a day, you would.
I will be the next Pete Brown.
But why? No, but if you could be executive director for Strive of the, what you would be like what would you do with for powers? If you could be
Oh,
the
yes.
executive director for
Oh.
a day.
To how to do a lot of events, fundraisers, and like hang out with the members and do a lot of work for financial stuff.
So basically, it'd be something you'd enjoy being able to do and be in charge of. You could
Yeah.
have that for a day. Jeff, what about you? If you were the executive director of Strive for a day, you would.
I'll be at here. Security.
You want the power to be able to be the security of
Yes,
Strive.
yes, Ryan.
The one
yes,
that you can represent and be trusted to do for a day.
that would be
You
great.
could be the
Ryan.
executive.
Yes, that's right, Ryan. Right back to you.
That's cool. If you won $1 million, you would.
I'll take my friend out to supper.
Nice. Like, why that? Like,
I think, Ryan, I think,
you want to be able to be generous?
yes, Ryan.
Like, it could be a fancy dinner they could splurge with.
I think probably, fancy, but not too fancy.
No. But you could even, like, splurge just person like 10 of these kind of dinners a year or whatever, right? If you want. If you were, but it could be a lot more to anything. And Noel, if you won $1 million, you would.
I would send it to Canada.
Wait, all of it?
Half of it.
And why is that, Noel? Why would you want to send $500,000 to Canada if you
Because
won that much?
sometimes not many people have families everywhere.
Not many there? What about...
I mean, homeless people I'm talking
But the homeless is throughout the world, not just in Canada.
Oh.
It's nice that you want to be philanthropic and
Like to donate half of it to Canada because there's many people who like to get stuff.
that's nice that you want to be generous to help.
Other
But
people.
you still want to be able to take care of yourself. Make sure you have
Yes,
all your own needs taken care of and all your own maybe some wants you want to treat yourself to.
Yes.
It's definitely nice you want to help others that are less fortunate than yourself. That's
Yeah.
very generous.
yes, Ryan. Let's go right back to you, Ryan.
Yes.
I might get it.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, it would be.
Hamburgers.
And why is that, Jeff?
Because it's so delicious and deliciousness.
Nice. And what about you, Noel? If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life,
How
what would
about a
that be?
chicken BLT?
Why is that, Noel?
Because the bacon is so crispy and it's so delicious.
Nice.
Right back to you, Ryan.
If you were a celebrity, you would be.
I think I'll be Hulk Hogan.
Why is that, Jeff?
Because he's so big and strong and flexible.
Nice.
And I would be Michael J. Fox.
Nice. Why is that, Noble?
Because he's like Family Ties or Back to the Future and all fancy movies and TV shows.
If you were the only person left on Earth, you would.
I'd like to see any dinosaurs.
Nice. So that's if you could see any up there, even if you were the only person left on Earth. Because for all we know, our dinosaurs are extinct on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the only one left on Earth, I don't know if that would still be able to happen.
Yes, Ryan.
But what? So okay, even if there were any dinosaurs left alive, why would you want to see them?
I think maybe because they'd be fun to see.
That's cool. And what about you, Jeff? I mean, not Jeff. Noel.
Yeah.
If you're the only person left on Earth, you would
Go to Jamaica.
And why is that there, Noel?
Because it's a nice country.
And you'd finally be able to explore it without anyone telling you you couldn't, if you're the only one left on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were a place in Maine, you would be.
Place in Maine.
If you were the place in Maine, like that, a town or city that's in Maine.
How about OOB?
And why would you want to be OOB there, Noel?
To like frolic in the wind, having fun with a lot of people.
So you'd have the fun with others if you were OOB. Okay. What about you, Jeff? If you were a place in Maine, what would you be? It can be any kind of place that's in Maine.
Ryan, I think I'll say probably Vancouver.
And why would you want to be Vancouver?
Because Vancouver is a hockey team.
Nice. If you were a STRIVECast student, you would. Well, you were a STRIVECast student at one point, but what would you do as a STRIVECast student if you could be a student at STRIVECast again?
Ryan, I say I'll repeat the exact same thing that I already went through, Ryan.
But so why is that? Basically, you want to not you learn from the mistakes you made and try to be. You do like you make that. You make
Actually, I made a lot of mistakes with my USM teacher.
But you don't have to go too in depth with it. The thing is, if you were going to be a STRIVECast student again, you would just learn to not make the mistakes again, basically.
Yes, Ryan, that'd be correct.
That's great to hear.
And
What about you,
if
Noel?
I was a student, I would do what they want me to do, and be on time for class in the room of the office downstairs.
And did you have troubles as a STRIVECast student?
A little bit.
But you feel like if you were going to be a STRIVECast student again, like if you could be one again, then you would
Be on
Trying to be
time
there.
for the class,
nice.
and classes with those education classes.
Nice.
Right back to you, Ryan.
That's okay.
If you were a Strive Night karaoke song, you would be.
James Bond.
Is that a song though?
Oh,
If it
oh.
could be a Strive Night karaoke song, what would that be?
Ryan, I would say probably Big Time Russia.
He was in.
And why is that, Jeff?
Because I love singing their songs.
Nice. And what about you there, Noel? What song would you want to be?
I want to be SOS
That song. And why is that, Noel?
from Mamma Mia.
Oh. If you were a website, you would be.
Thanks, Ryan. Actually, Jeff, actually, danger.com.
But like you'd be your own website, and why is that?
Because that would be my website because I like it.
You'd be your own advertisement.
Yes, Ryan, that's correct.
What about you, Noel? If you were a website, what would you be?
I will be hotmailpeter.org@gmail.com.
And why would you want to be that?
Because to see what's out there in the world.
You realize this is Hotmail says real, but I doubt with the .pete or something. But
Yeah.
so you want to be the Hotmail?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were a Strive location, you would be.
Hot Daddy and the Monkey Puppets.
No. A Strive location. Strive location.
Yeah, there's. I think there's at least 10 locations to date.
Oh,
Like
yes. How about at Patriot next door to Patriot Studio?
That's not a Strive location though.
Oh,
That's the place that we've done like the fundraising at for
Yeah.
Strive, but it's not Strive's location.
how about Portland Studio?
What about Portland? You talking about Strive View campus?
Yeah, next door.
No, but that's one of the Strive sites would be like Ninth Street where Strive View
Yeah.
is at. And why would you be that Strive location?
Because to meet a lot of people.
So you'd be able to be around a lot of people if you were that location.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? If you were a Strive location, you would be.
I think maybe Alex.
Alex is not a Strive
No.
location. She's at one, but she's not the location. If you were a Strive location, what would that be?
The old Strive building.
Like the Strive building here on Foden Road.
Yes,
And we're also doing a podcast at now.
yes, Ryan, that is correct.
And why would you want to be this Strive location?
Because it's fun and exciting.
Yes, that's the spirit. If you had to rename Strive, what would you call it?
Say that again, Ryan.
If you had to rename Strive, what would you call it?
I will call it Strive Vocation Independence and Fire Policeman.
And why is that, Noel?
Because of being with other people and other businesses.
I don't know if you realize, but the V in Strive does stand for vocation in the acronym.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? If you had to rename Strive, what would you call it?
I'll call it Ryan's Place.
Why would you want to call it the Ryan's Place?
Because it's where Ryan does his magic here on the podcast.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope it's still more than what I'm doing here. Like, I would like to see it as the community still bigger than myself, though.
Yeah.
That's a nice compliment to say.
Yes, Ryan, I know that, dude. Right back to you, Ryan.
If you were a Mario character, you would be.
Why Luigi?
Or you be the Super Mario that the shirt says?
I will be
That would just be funny.
the not Waluigi, not the mushroom, but the one like Koopa. Yeah,
And why is that, Noel?
because he's like the second in command of Bowser.
What about you, Jeff? If you were a Mario character, you would be.
I think I would actually be Ryan. I would like to be Luigi.
And why is that, Jeff?
I think probably because he's tiny and he's
Last time.
loony.
Oh. If you were a fashion trend, you would be.
Fashion trend.
What was that, Ryan?
If you were a fashion trend, you would be.
What was that, Ryan?
If you were a fashion trend, you would be.
I'll be showing off myself.
You would be shirtless, you said?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because anything.
Okay. Like you just like the feel of being shirtless if you would be the fashion trend?
Yes, Ryan. Does that be correct, Ryan?
Yes. And then what about you, Noel? If you were a fashion trend, you would be.
A toga.
And why is that?
Like to have a toga party.
It's a oh, right. It's fashion, fashion. If you were a Strive Day program activity, you would be.
Be a basketball player at the point.
There you go. And why is that?
Because we do that. On
You
event-
like playing basketball?
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Jeff? If you were a Strive Day program activity, you would be.
Actually, lifting weights, Ryan.
Nice.
Right back to you, Ryan.
If you were a Strive icon, you would be.
Sorry.
So, if you were a Strive icon, you would be.
Stripe. Oh, icon.
Maybe some kind of star?
I would be a star and a trophy.
Literally. What about you, Jeff? If you were a Strive icon, you would be.
A star on Broadway with a red carpet.
Nice. If you were someone else at Strive for a day, like Freaky Friday, you would be.
Oh.
If you were someone else at Strive for a day.
But we can't give out names.
No.
No. Or we can also give out like furniture and stuff.
No.
I can be a couch.
So you would be a couch at Strive. Why is that?
Because they can stretch on me like a couch.
What about you, Jeff? If you were someone else at Strive for a day, you would be.
A chair.
Why is that?
I think maybe because it can sit on me and I can stay in that pose for very long.
Nice. If you were a cartoon character, you would be.
A cartoon. Oh, I know. What about not the motion? Not bugs. I will be one of the Sylvester,
Nice.
the cat.
And why is that?
Because he's so funny.
What about you, Jeff? If you were a cartoon character, you would be.
Bugs Bunny.
And why is that?
I think because what's up, Doc?
So that wraps it up for you guys.
Yeah.
I think I would like to quickly go over saying what I would be now.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys might like to know.
Yeah.
If I were an animal, I would be a cat because I love cats myself. If I were a president for a day, I think I'd be Barack Obama. I like the way he ran the country. If I could invent a holiday, it would be probably like. I mean, there's a National IT Professionals Day, but I would say something along technology, a technology day. If I was the executive director of Strive for a day, I would say that I'd love to be in that power of where I could be in charge of the way Strive is run, but be able to have participants in a fun, happy way like that. And
Right back to you, Ryan.
I'm on to myself here. I'm saying what I would be. If I won $1 million, I'd make sure all my needs are taken care of first, of course. Like, it'd be nice to not have to have any struggle with money, but also be able to treat myself to wants. But I also would care enough to want to be able to give a relatively reasonable portion to those that are not fortunate, and then maybe invest the rest, so I could still earn dividends on the investments, hopefully to still be able to be set well that way. That would be my way of millionaire life. Wouldn't have to be super lavish life kind of thing either, but be able to live more comfortably overall and have a easier, better life.
Yes, Ryan.
Yes, I'm going to go on and say that if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, I would. It might not be the healthy one, but I love pizza. I think it would be great being able to eat pizza because I just love that food. It's so nice and tasty. Then I would also say, if I were a celebrity, I would be. I think I would be Jim Carrey because I like how funny he is as an actor and the works he does, and I think I could still do a lot of the role he would be. Then, if I were the only person left on Earth, I would. This might sound a little silly here, but I would literally go visit in Russia because I heard it's a really dangerous country otherwise where there is people involved now or even in certain other dangerous parts of the world, and I'd be able to explore what the history is, good and bad along it, and won't have to worry about the safety issues along it. Well, I guess that's about being the only person left on Earth, but not the only living being left. So, I don't know what kind of Earth I encounter if I was still the only person left, but there's still other different beings on Earth left. But I guess that sums up for that one. If I was a place in Maine, I would say being Portland, Maine, because I like the city is nice and all.
Yes, Ryan, I know that too, right?
Yes, and we've went over with what Jeff and Noel would be. If I were a StriveU student again, I would maybe learn from the mistakes I've made and try be able to get better grades on the classes I would take again and the goals I do. Maybe have other goals that I didn't think of when I was a student at the time before. If I could be one again, there'd be other things to improve on. And whatever I would have made for mistakes, I would learn to not do them again, kind of thing. So that would be what I would be for that. And
okay, Ryan. Okay.
And then if I were a Strive Night karaoke song, I would be. What was that classic YMCA? Like I could just do the YMCA song. Then, if I were a website, I would be. Well, I don't advertise it much, but I do have a Ryan's Media Studio website. So I guess I'd be the website if I would be that. I could advertise more around by being it itself.
Okay, Ryan, next topic.
If I were a Strive location, I would say I'd be the Fodenborough location here where we are doing the podcast in. And the reason being is it's nice to be around the people who are nice and positive and fun to be around, and I think this is a great space for all that.
Okay, let's move on. Ryan, let's move on to another topic, please.
If I had to rename Strive, I would rename it like maybe disability inclusion. And then if I were a Mario character, I'd literally be Mario. And then if I were a fashion trend, I would be I don't know I'll skip over for that one. Then if I were a Strive Day program activity, I guess I would be basketball. I like playing some basketball for like shooting hoops.
Okay, Ryan.
If I were a Strive icon, I would be just be myself, humble and all that. If I were someone else that Strive for a day, I'd be I guess I would be I don't know, I guess I would be Noel for the day and see what living life like that would be like.
Okay,
And then
let's move on to another topic, Ryan.
if I were a cartoon character, I would be, well, I am the voice of a Rybra character, so I guess be that in that case. And that wraps up with the if I were. Is there anything else you guys have to say before we
Nope, not really.
wrap this?
Nope. I say that's very good, Ryan.
All right, and we'll be
right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Listeners like who?
and listeners like Marianne Shawanda.
yeah, helping out other people.
But how can anyone be a listener of the week?
You can call in.
You can call in, and you can call us at 207-774-6278.
Twitter.
Or you can write on Twitter to let us know you're listening.
Yeah, TikTok.
Or even email strivecast@pslstrive.org.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions? Any other thing we want to say to our listeners?
No, Ryan. I think that's it, Ryan.
All right, and we'll be
right back.
Okay, we are right back.
And we are back.
Yeah,
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Time to wrap it up.
It's time to wrap it up, Ryan.
Yes.
Wrap it up.
Yes, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
And Noel, do you have a disgusting sandwich to
Oh,
wrap it up with? A
No,
disgusting wrap?
This is not.
The wrap kind of sandwich.
The turkey, ham, BLT, bacon, and cauliflower, roasted peppers, and broccoli.
But that's the wrap of the week. So as we wrap it up, so Strive's annual auction is coming up. The in-person event is on November 13th. Online bidding November 13th to 20th. Visit our website pslstrive.org/auction for more information.
Yes, Ryan. Let's move on.
And
Ryan.
how was it for Noel and Jeff? Anything else you guys want to say?
Not really.
I'm all set, Ryan.
Yes.
Thank you.
And ready to say goodbye to our audience. Bye.
Bye, audience.